angry black man. I don't know how to act. I'm shooting everybody. I'm selling all this crack. Angry black man. Let me tell my story. All right, welcome to another episode of I Need Answers podcast. We got the Niagara legislator. I'm what you a candidate right now, right? Candidate. All right, Keith Lindsay. Let me make sure I get him in my little live joint. My joint kind of a little crooked.
But I want y'all to start calling me the legislator anyway. When you see me, you say Mr. Legislator. You already know.
Speak it into existence. That's, right. That's what I like to hear.
Let's go.
All right. First thing I want to do is, for those that aren't familiar with you and what you do on my podcast, I want you to let them know what you do here locally, because we're going to talk about local politics, because as I always tell people on the podcast, local politics are very important. You know what I mean? It's literally your direct day-to-day life that can be affected with your direct politics. So, example, stuff like potholes. People complain about potholes all the time. That still ain't been taken care of. You know what I mean? Things that go on in your city, events, things they approve, jobs, stuff like that. Right here in these local cities is what's affected by your local politics. Not your federal government, not your state government. It all starts with your local politics and what they do with what the state gives us as far as the budget. So I want to talk about that in this particular episode because it's something that I always bring up, and I wanted to bring a live example by bringing in legislator Lindsay. Right. You know what I mean? Right in here to speak on that and what we can do as far as our people. Right. You know what I mean? Because I know you stand up for our people on your show, and you do it by example. I see you down at City Hall. Right. You know what I mean? Challenging them face to face, which a lot of people not out here on the front lines doing that. Right. So I wanted to make sure I get you in here, and I wanted to first let you get a chance to explain to people what you do directly in regards to what you do for, as far as what you're trying to do for legislator, and what you do for our people as well.
Well, I wanted to thank you so much for allowing me the chance to come on your show and
absolutely
and speak my piece to the masses. You know, my name is Keith RA Lindsay. I'm running for county legislator here in the 4th District of Niagara Falls. I'm also the vice president, vice chairman for the only fair housing agency for the city, which is Highland Community Revitalization Committee. I'm a newly appointed, so please don't beat me up for past practices, okay? What we do is we serve in the capacity of being the voice to the voiceless. We help the tenants in situations to where the tenants might need some type of help with the landlord-tenant issues. We go to court with tenants. We've won numerous cases with tenants at the courts. We are building, and we just brought in, last year we brought in the back to school fair where we served over 1,000 people. We gave them sneakers, and we gave them school supplies. We had rock climbing wall. We brought in the ponies for the little petting zoo for the children. We're doing it again this year, but it's going to be even bigger. As a matter of fact, we got even more surprises on which I'm not able to release at this moment. However, it's going down, and I want to see you there August 19th. I want to see you all there. I love you all. But yes.
Okay, so you definitely, that's hands-on stuff that, again, that I always speak about that we need more of. You know, we need more people that look like us in political office. Right. Now, as far as the revitalization, I want to actually talk on that first. Absolutely. You said you recently was appointed to that. So basically, you make sure your jobs is there as far as the whole program is to make sure there aren't any slumlords.
Absolutely.
In Niagara Falls.
Absolutely. To combat the slumlords. Absolutely. Basically, that's what it is. It's a agency that's based to be fair. Okay. Yeah. Not just for the tenant, but for the landlord as well. You know, we want to help the landlords move their initiative forward as well as the tenants. So we are here to be a balancing act for the city here in Niagara Falls. And we're not just the fair housing agency just for one particular side of the city. We are the agency for the 4th District to revitalize the 4th District. Yes, we are here to revitalize and redevelop the 4th District. However, we are the fair housing agency for the entire city of Niagara Falls.
Okay, so you make sure there's no slumming on either side, so no bad tenants and no bad landlords.
No matter what the district, right?
Okay,
oh
and
yes, absolutely.
For the whole city of Niagara Falls, for that
city.
one in particular.
Absolutely.
Okay. See, I didn't even know we had that.
Yes,
that's nice to know.
We didn't really know because I've been appointed, thankfully, rightfully so, by the people, because we had to remove, I would say, some bad mold that has been plaguing our people and our existence as far as our district for all of these years, for I would say a decade now. It's been longer than that, but I'm going to just stick to the script. I'm going to stick to the decade. I removed the president and vice president, okay, that has been plaguing our society, okay. There's been a sharp change, from, I would say, 6 years ago to now, okay. The current legislator that we have in there now, his name is Owen Steed. I would say our district is, really needs some help and some concern, and we have a lot of concerns. Okay, the former legislator before Mr. Steed, you had the legendary Renee Kimball, on which I can remember and recall Blackfest. I can recall good, beautiful times around them times. Yeah. However, for the last 6 years, I would say it's been it's been a high concern throughout the community as a whole. So, I mean, all of this intertwines. Highland Community Revitalization Committee, and then you have your legislator that is actually the legislator for that particular district. Should be working hand in hand with the only fair housing agency in the city. Not only that, the only fair housing, the only agency that's directed for that particular district, which is the poorest district in the whole land.
Okay, so now Owen Steed is currently the legislator for 4th District.
Currently, yes, Mr. Steed is the legislator.
You're going to be running against him. When does voting start?
Voting starts in September.
Okay,
yes.
So voting starts in September, and you need to get petition?
Well, I need a certain number of signatures to enable me to get on the ballot to run and represent you here in Niagara Falls as the new Niagara County legislator of the 4th District.
Okay, and now where does the 4th District cover? The
4th District covers a little bit of DeVoe, tip of DeVoe, down to 22nd LaSalle, down past to Buffalo Avenue, and a little bit up Buffalo Avenue. So, we pretty much are the north end, and sort of like in the center, but we're not center city, but sort of like the north end and a little bit of the center, so all the way stretching all the way back. So, I mean, when you see me in there, you see me in Unity Park, you see me in there in Jordan Gardens, you might see me on Niagara Street, you might see me in Niagara Avenue, 19th Street, Niagara Street, you might see me on 9th Street. You know where I'm at, man. You know where I'm coming. You know I'm coming. You see me run up on me. I've been seeing you. My people been running up on me as I'm walking in the street. They're coming up, pulling up on me in the cars, telling me that they love the job that I'm doing, and they coming to me, telling me that they want me to sign, and they coming to me, telling me that they want me to come into their homes, and they want me to get their people to sign, and they want me to have people come to their homes so they can sign my petitions. It's real in the streets, and I love you all.
Okay, good. That's what I like to hear. Perfect. So now, as far as the legislator, what should a legislator be doing in the city of Niagara Falls? For people, because a lot of people, again, they do not know their local government.
Absolutely.
So what should a legislator be doing in a city?
Well, that's a great question. I'm gonna give you one example. $43 million has passed through our district most recently, in which we have birthed the new train station, which was dedicated to Harriet Tubman. Okay? Well, less than 1% of the people, or the people that lived in a certain district that was on this $43 million contract, less than 1% of us got on this contract from our district.
So they're building something in our district.
In our district.
And they're not hiring the people from our district.
Right. So
to
it's
work
in our
on that
district,
contract.
money coming to our district.
Yeah.
And we not even able to get on the contract. And which is sad is we don't even know of the contract, so it's sort of like stealing and taking candy from a baby. That baby is not going to know you just took, some shorts that Bob bought for, the baby. They're not going to know if I just took the shorts, or a piece of candy from them. If I just took the piece of candy that was put into the child's hand or the toddler's hand, that toddler is not going to have no knowledge or recollection of me taking candy from them. So it's sad on that note that we don't know this.
Yeah.
You know, so how can we get upset with anybody when we don't know what's truly going on? Your legislator should be, when he's fighting for your district, he should be sort of playing in the form of a attorney for you. You have monies coming and funding coming in that comes in from the feds, from a pipeline from the feds to the county, to your local district in the city.
Yeah.
Now, if there's funding coming directly to the city, your legislators should be like, hold on, what's going on? This money should be coming to us. Now, you got to understand, Niagara Falls is an impoverished city, and it's only impoverished because of our district, which means most of the money that gets sent to Niagara Falls is coming in for no under than our district, which means it should be looking way better than it's looking. We should have more jobs around here. There's only 20% of our residents and citizens own vehicles, according to DMV records. Only 20%, which means there is not many jobs around, which means it's hard for us to get to work. It's hard for us to get to an interview.
Yeah.
Okay? Get to and from an interview is hard. Okay, and I understand this. I don't want to hear that. You know, people don't qualify to work. People can't do this. People can't pass the drug test. People are incompetent. I don't want to hear that. That's not true at all. You got to give them a chance. Give them a fighting chance. I don't want to hear that. And that's what I plan to do. Keith RA Lindsay running for Niagara County Legislator, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I like it, man. That's what I like to hear. So, essentially, a legislator is supposed, like you said, he fights like a lawyer. The legislator is supposed to make sure when money is trickling down from the state to the city, and it comes to the county, the legislator for each district is supposed to say, well, we need X amount of money because we need to do this.
That's right.
We need X amount of money, so we need to do that. And essentially, what you're going to be doing when you become legislator is you're going to be making sure our district get the funding that it needs to better the city, because must be the poorest district in the city, I'm assuming, based on, you said, a impoverished city, mainly because of our district. And so as far as concerns for this particular district, what would be some of the concerns you think that need to be immediately addressed and maybe long-term addressed in regards to this district that you're going to be running for the city?
Well, for the most part, all of the other districts here in Niagara Falls are holding us up. All of the other districts are holding us up as a tax base. Okay, we are not. Our tax base is pretty low. Okay, so the other districts are, again, holding us up, keeping us afloat here in Niagara Falls. So what we must do is create jobs, not just no little punk jobs. Not jobs that you barely can support your family. Not them type of jobs. We need good, tangible, credible jobs, quality jobs that we're going to be able to help and help our people support their families here in the District 4 of Niagara Falls. It's totally possible because we've had it before.
Yeah.
When Renee Kimball was in office, we had it before.
We did.
Okay? We can do it again. Now, you know, there's money that come into our district every year, annually. For the last 5 years, your district, District 4, have not received your fair share. You have not received your money coming into the district. You haven't received it. However, you did receive $75,000 this year, which is going to be allocated to the north end for a park that's going to be built, which ironically it came in campaign season. Okay, but we're supposed to receive way more than $75,000 a year annually anyway. Nobody fought for that $75,000. That was just $75,000 that was sort of left over. You know, so it was $75,000 left over, and they was like, yeah, we'll just give it to the 4th district. And the 4th, they was like, hey, what you need? You need another park? Yeah, we need another park. That's going to teach us kids. That's going to teach their kids how to read and write. And yeah, give them another park with the $75,000.
So they gave us crumbs.
Oh, and I'll tell you this: for the last 5 years, when we did not receive the monies for the last 5 years annually, it's been 6 years, mind you. But for the last 5 years that we did not receive these funding. Remember, the funding goes right back into the general fund and then gets allocated and dispersed to all of the other districts, which means this is why they're fighting so hard to keep Keith RA Lindsay out of office. This is why I see y'all behind the scenes. Y'all trying me so hard, trying all type of political tactics behind the scenes. trying all types of dysfunctional tactics that's just not going to work behind the scenes. But this is what's going on, because when I get in office, I will be taking away the funding coming in for their districts that's really supposed to be for the 4th district, but they're upset that I'm coming in asking for our funding.
Okay, so what it is what makes you a threat, it looks like to them, is that they've been receiving money that's supposed to be allocated to us as extra funds, and it makes them look better when it's campaign season, because it's like, look what I did for our district.
Right.
Look what I did for our district.
Right.
So somebody like you is going to take that opportunity away from them, and it's going to then threaten their position.
I mean, we got to do better than just, a bunch of chicken dinners.
Absolutely.
At Thanksgiving time. We got to do better than that. That's not what a legislator is just supposed to be about. Our legislator gives an annual turkey giveaway, or no, not giveaway, an annual turkey, some sort of dinner at around Thanksgiving time. Listen, we got to do better than that. That's all you can do all year. We don't even have a tree out here. We don't have nothing out there. You didn't bring in no development. You've brought in nothing. You've brought no resolutions to the table. All you have to do to check up on your legislator, all you have to do, and this is your legislator. You can't act like, we can't hold people accountable. Another thing, it's almost as if propaganda has made it to where accountability is shunned upon.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
We have to hold our people and representatives accountable. I am you and you are me. And yes, I ask that you do hold me accountable. I'm not worried, because I know what I'm going to do. So that's all I got.
Yeah, I agree. So, in regards to, because I want to speak in regards to the money that they steal, because we know what's happening. As far as the allocation for that, so are you telling me that when this money was coming down, our current county legislator,
right,
for District 4, was not even fighting for any money?
Well, I don't like to speculate. Yeah. I love to be exact, right and exact. However, when you just walk around the city or walk around our district, you can see the difference. I can clearly see the difference when you had a Renee Kimball in office opposed to a Owen Steed in office. I can clearly see the difference. Correct. There's no genealogy in this. There's no rocket scientist type of
when I was younger, I never knew how important Renee Kimball was in regards to something like the African American Festival, Black Festival. Mm-hmm. I didn't know she was the one responsible for putting that all together, and now it all makes sense because that's our district as well. She's putting one of the biggest festivals for Black people in the city, not one of the biggest festivals in the city for Black people, and they used to do phenomenal. Yeah. And then as the years went on and she got out of office, I'm 26 now. So 6 years ago I was 20. So I remember that around a little bit before then, and right around that time, the Black Fest just got disintegrated. Yeah. Now, is it even going on anymore?
I would say my agency has picked up the slack on that.
Okay.
As far as something remotely close to the Black Fest, so we have to instill confidence in our people. Yeah. All right, we have to instill positiveness in our people. We have that nowhere around. Black Fest was cool because, it showed unity. It showed pride in who you are, which is good. When you look at the Asians, they're a perfect example. They're not racist because they feel as if that they have to stay in the confines of their community, and they're building up their community as well as speaking truth to power to themselves. Okay, mm-hmm. Doing festivals for themselves. There's nothing wrong with that. Exactly. So this is what we need. We need positiveness in our community brought back. This will combat all of the harsh feelings of reality, the ills of reality that our people are going through on a daily basis, making them want to get out there, hurt one another, kill one another, shun on one another, despise one another. We have to stand up with one another. We are one people. Heck is wrong with y'all? Y'all must love each other. And that's what I'm here to promote. Love.
I love it, man. That's what I like to hear. So, again, let's remind people, when is the voting? It's in September.
It's in September, yeah.
September is for is when people can start voting. Everyone in the 4th district should be signing your petition to make sure you are on the ballot. How many signatures do you need total to get on the ballot?
In all, I need 221.
221.
And I know you're going to be one of the 221, and I need y'all to be on there. That's legendary. Listen, I'm going to post all of your signatures up on my walls, around my office, because, you know, that's legendary, man. That first 221, the history, baby. Let's go.
Okay, 221, that should be...
That's the number.
We should have that immediately.
We need it by next Thursday. Next Thursday, baby. Get in touch with me. Keith RA Lindsay. If you true about an uprising, if you true about new momentum, new energy, new synergy, a new person coming on the scene, speaking for you, not playing no games, not backing down, not taking no money, not coming in and taking office, getting carved out jobs. It's another thing. These politicians, they come, they get in the office, they get these carved out jobs to suppress you, the masses, to keep you blind, deaf, and dumb, lull you to sleep, have you sleeping all day, all night, don't know what's going on, going at the wrong enemy. You're going at the wrong enemy. Your enemy that looks like you, have you lulled to sleep.
I agree. So 221 by next
221,
Thursday.
baby, let's go.
How many
next
are
Thursday,
you
you already know.
How many more do you think you need? Or do you, I mean, you know exactly, correct?
Well, as much as I need.
Yeah.
Listen, I need my people to stand up. I need y'all to stand up. Okay? This is legendary. This is history. This is not your average politician getting in there to be nice and cute, want to take carved out jobs, want to suppress the people, want to lie and deceive the people, want to sell the soul. Ain't none of that. I need y'all to stand up. And if you truth about moving forward, if I hear you in the barbershop, I hear y'all. I see you at the basketball games. I hear you talking. I hear y'all all talking. We need this. Our roads is messed up. You have a hard time going down to social service. You know, you're getting cut off for no reason. I hear all of these issues and concerns. And the only way to combat these issues is if we stand up as one. That's the only way. There can be no other way. You have to stand up.
I agree. I'm with you, man. Well, you know what, man? I appreciate you for stopping by the podcast. We want to make sure we get you that 221. You got my support.
221, baby.
Make sure you get my signature as well. I'll make sure you get my signature so we can make sure we get you on that ballot and get you in office come September. So we can start seeing that work. We can see somebody who we see on social media. You see him. He posted videos.
Yeah.
He's doing the real work.
You saw Mr. B's. I had to put it down. You know what I mean? I had to shut that down. You know what I'm saying? They was out there putting slanderous, contaminating, diseaseful writing online. We had to stop and combat that and get the businesses out here to understand that everybody must be treated equally. You know, Mr. B's. You know, I had to combat a few other people. That was making racial remarks to my brother Ken Hamilton. You know, yes, I understand people don't like Ken Hamilton, sometimes for certain issues or what have you. But listen, man, we all one. We all have the same struggle. And y'all need to stop being crabs in a barrel and wake your tails up, man. It's time to work, rock and roll and go.
I
know
agree.
What I'm saying?
I agree, man.
Listen, man, for Mr. B's, I done started the first and only. Our city never even had a protest control sheet. Okay, I started that. You only had a picket control sheet, and I started that. I started the protest control sheet because I found that out from the chief of police himself.
Okay. Oh, wow! I didn't know that.
Yes. I started that from Mr. B's. We're not playing no games over here on the side, man. I'm putting in work. Don't ask me what I'm going to do when I'm getting the legislator. Ask me what I've already done before I got in the legislator. Let's go, man.
I like that, man. But again, I appreciate you coming through. Anything else you want to say to the people, man, before we get up off the podcast?
I need y'all to understand. You only have one shot at this. One shot. Y'all want a true person in office? Y'all want true justice? Y'all want true movement? Y'all want a real shaker, mover and shaker that's going to be there for you? That you want to be able to sit down and eat popcorn at night and just look at TV and look at the politicians talk and speak their nice, cute words? if you want somebody like that that's going to get in there and fight for you, not just fight, that's going to pull for you, that's going to be stressed out at night for you, you're going to be sitting in your bed. You're not going to be stressed out. I've been stressed out, my people, with you, my people, at night, at the concerns and the diseases that has been arising up on our people. And I need you to all understand that we need to stand up as one. That's the only way you can be heard. Only way. There is no other way. If you think that there's another way, you need to turn around. Stop complaining. I'm tired of hearing you complain. If you're not going to stand up with us, don't complain. I don't want to hear none of that. That this man doing that. This man not giving me that. We're going to stand up and rise up on our own. We're going to create for our own. We're going to take away the tax burden from all of these other districts around us. We're going to pick up our own district. We're going to rise up. We're going to get our people out there active and moving because there is hope. They think that is not hope, but you just look at Keith. There's hope, baby. Let's go. But I just want y'all all to know that Keith RA Lindsay here, running for Niagara County Legislator. And if you with me, and if you with this movement, and if you want to be with this movement, here in the inception of what's going on, you contact me. You inbox me. You need my telephone number? No, I don't want no excuses. Here we go. 716-313-3653. I don't want to hear no type of excuses. 716-313-3653, baby. IG, Keith Lindsay, 15 at, you already know, let's go. Hit me up, Facebook, Keith RA Lindsay. You inbox me. You tell me, Keith, I want to get there. Keith, this is us. This is not about Keith. This is about all of us. If it was about me, I would just stand back, do my 9 to 5, and that's it. Man, I wouldn't be put my business out there. I wouldn't want to be putting my business out there. I like to be private. I'm a private man. But yes, I see that I have to go for this because nobody else will, and it hurts me. I'm not here on earth for nothing else but to help and protect my people, to help and protect my district. That's what I'm here for, and that's what I'm fighting for. And I need y'all all to stand up. Stop making excuses. I'm tired of it. Period. Keith RA Lindsay, baby. You represent. Get in touch with me.
All right, man. I thank you for coming through, man.
Appreciate
it.
that.
I love the energy, and I'll be out there September voting. And I want to make sure I get you my signature before we leave. And again, thank y'all for tuning in to I Need Answers podcast. Remember, it is very important for we need answers. That's all it is. Man.
I love it. I need answers. Y'all make sure y'all support I Need Answers, man. Stay tuned, baby, because we coming. I Need Answers is on top, and we not playing no games because this is true news right here. This is not fabricated news. I need answers. And that's the way I feel. Felt like that should be my campaign slogan because we need answers.
Yeah, we do.
I love you all.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for coming through.